Hey everyone, this is Mary from SVGCuts, and I'm here today with all kinds of fun projects for all the warmer weather that's on its way now, with spring underway and with summer on the way. And I really think all these will be good for Mother's Day, Father's Day, and like warm weather birthdays coming up. So first of all, we have our really cute little picnic basket, which you can have a ton of fun decorating with all your fun papers and whatever. And the cool thing is that both sides open up just like a real picnic basket, and it's easy to put together, and even this basket weave design on the front is also really easy to do, so no need to be intimidated. I'm going to show you exactly how it works, and you'll be surprised at how easy it is to put together. So we also have this really cute little rowboat on top of a box, and obviously you can make the rowboat separately and not put it on the box, and vice versa, just use the box by itself. And it's cute because not only can you fill it up on the inside with some fun little treats, but you could also take a little glue dot and stick a gift card inside the rowboat, or maybe put a little bag of treats in there or something to complete your gift. And I think it'd be awesome for any dad who loves fishing or boating or anything like that, or just, you know, anyone who appreciates a really cute little gift. So we also have two nice little cards here. This one is pretty quick and simple. The wow factor is just with the gatefold way that it opens up, and it just uses your fun papers, and you can make it to coordinate with whatever gift you make to go with it. So we also have this really cute little card with these two ducks on it, and ducks mate for life, which I think is so sweet how they just stay together their whole lives. So I think it's a really cute little design if you're going to make your husband a birthday card, or like a Father's Day card, or maybe an anniversary card. Or for someone else, you know, you could switch out the caption to not say, for my hubby, you could say, you know, happy anniversary or happy birthday. You could use a stamp, or you could cut out letters or whatever. So we also have a really cute large gift bag here, and the cool part is just the top design, obviously, and it's cut out so you can kind of see through when you put your gift in with the tissue paper and everything. It's going to look really pretty. And I had a lot of fun picking out my little buttons here for the centers of my flowers, and I had a lot of fun using this paper too. I don't have any of it left to show you. I used it all up, and it's by October Afternoon, and it's called the Woodland Park Collection. So I thought it was really sweet because it has all kinds of like parky, outdoory looking elements, and I didn't use the paper that has the raccoons and the bunnies on it, but that was really cute too. So I've got all my pieces cut out to show you how these three-dimensional items go together, so let's get started. So first of all, for our picnic basket, the main part of the basket is 4 pieces here, which I've cut out in green, and then I also cut out the basket weave part here, which is 3 strips. And these go from largest to smallest here. And so the first thing I'm going to do is weave my basket into place. And I can start, it doesn't matter how I start as long as I'm going over, under. And I'm starting with the top one, which is the largest, the longest. And I'll just slide that up to the top here. And I'm not going to worry about gluing it down until I am all done. And so I don't want to go in the same pattern as the previous one. I want to go the opposite way. So now I'm going to place my second strip underneath the first one. And just like a real basket, I just want to go in the opposite direction. So if I started by going over, I want to start the next one by going under. And you'll be able to tell if you've got it right when you just take a look. So as you can see, I've already taken my 2 strips here and woven them under and over these basket pieces. And I've got my shortest piece here, which I'm going to finish off by going in the opposite direction that I went with the middle one. So it doesn't matter which way you start, as long as the 3 strips are going in opposite directions, just like a real basket. And you will totally be able to see whether or not you've got it going correctly. So now that I've got all 3 pieces, I'm going to flip it over and just put a thin line of glue right here underneath my strips on each side, and give that a chance to dry, and then I'll go ahead and do that on the other side here by putting a thin line of glue underneath the edges. Then I can go ahead and start to glue my basket together. And I'll take the other large piece of the basket and just glue it like so. And I'm just being careful to line it up as perfectly as possible. And then I'll go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. Just like this. So once that takes hold, you might be tempted to flip it over and put the bottom on, but first let's put the lid in place, because this way it'll be easier to reach inside and work with our lid. So all we're going to do is get an idea of where it's going here, and you can see that this is lining up just like this, and it's symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way you have it aligned. And all I'm going to do is put glue on this piece here, and I want to make sure that the two holes on the lid line up with the two holes on the basket. I'm going to flip it over and press down from the inside, and then I'm just going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to put glue all over this, and I'm going to do the same thing I did before and make sure that these two holes also line up. So once you've got your lid glued into place on both sides, you want to go ahead and put your panels on the side of your basket, just like this one. This floral paper here with these pink flowers is my panels. And then I can go ahead and put my two handles in place and secure them with brads on each side. Then I can go ahead and put my bottom on my basket here like this, and then I can finish decorating it with my fun flowers and decorations like this. So next let's take a look at our cute little rowboat box, and first I'm just going to put the main part of the boat together, and we've just got these two large pieces, two similar pieces, and then the little seat. So I'm going to start by taking either one of these pieces here, and on this side tab on the end I just want to put a nice little thin, even layer of glue, and I want to line it up as nicely as possible. And then I'll just do the same thing on the other end, on the side tab, and I'll just line that up and give it a chance to dry. So next, I can either put my front in place or the back in place. I'm just going to start with the front here, which is this little triangular piece, and you can see the front of the boat starting to take place here. And then I'll put my back in place with a little bit of glue. I'll fold that over and just do the same thing on the other side. And fold that into place also. So now, as you could probably guess, it's time to flip over the boat, and I want to take the larger of these two. This one is slightly larger. If you just hold them up together, you can feel the difference. And I'm going to be gluing the larger one just right onto the bottom. And it's easy enough to do these all at the same time, because you can adjust it and slide it around if you need to. And since all of the sides are straight edges, it's nice and easy to line it up. So I've got the front of the boat lined up and the back, and then the sides kind of just fall into place. So now to finish off the inside and hide all those tabs, I can glue this to the bottom. So I just want to put a little bit of glue on each side of the seat, and if I take a look, I can see that this end is a little bit longer than the other side over here, and I want the longer side facing the back of the boat. And then just one at a time, I'm just going to glue these two side tabs right to the middle on the inside. Now I can go ahead and decorate my boat with my little panels here, and I can also go ahead and put these side panels all the way around the boat as well. So now let's take a look at the lid of our box, which is very similar to the bottom. So I'm only going to show you the lid because once you see the lid you can figure out the bottom also. So I've got these two pieces here which form the lid, and I just want to glue them together using these side tabs. So I've got glue all over the side tab of one, and I just want to glue one to the other and then finish it off by doing the same thing on the other side. So once this gets a chance to dry here, I can, I'm going to start gluing these over. It doesn't matter which side, just pick one side or the other and start putting glue on one tab at a time and folding it over. And this is just going to strengthen the lid and make the edges nice and sturdy. Keep on doing this all the way around. And I'm almost done here. So now this nice sturdy edge is the bottom of the lid. And now all that's left to do is take a look, and you can see that these two are the longest. So they are on the sides here like this. That means that this is the opposite corner here. So it's going to line up nicely with the lid here. And these two pieces are almost identical, but one's a little smaller. So you want to glue the larger one on. And to do that, all I'm going to do is put glue on all of these tabs at once. You can take your time a little bit more than this and be more precise with your glue. And we can just place it in place and just make little adjustments as the glue is drying. And if you're more comfortable going one tab at a time, you can do that. I think this is actually easier, and since it takes the glue a minute to dry, you have time to adjust it. Then all that's left to do is glue this in place to cover up those tabs. And now the bottom of the box is, like I was saying, pretty much identical, except there's no folded edges, it's just straight. So next, for our large gift bag, I've actually cut my pieces out a little bit smaller than the original bag here, just to make it easier to show you in this video. And we've got 4 pieces here, and as you can see, your machine has cut a number on the bottom of each piece. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I went ahead and took a marker and also drew on there so that it'd be more visible. And then we've got 2 rectangles, and one of them is a little bit larger than the other, so we'll set those aside for now. So this is extremely easy. All we're going to do is glue the 4 sides together, and you want to get a nice thin, even layer of glue on your side tab each time you glue. I'm not being very careful here. I just want you to get the idea of how it works. So you want to make sure that your glue goes all the way out to the corners of your pieces. And now some of these pieces kind of seem to have tabs on all different sides. Like all the tabs are not all on the left of each piece. And that's just to maximize the way that the bag looks. It's just to make it look nicer. Since it has these cutout pieces on the front of the bag, we don't want to see any tabs. So if you're wondering why the tabs seem to be kind of wacky in wacky places and not very uniform, that is why. But they all line up very nicely, and it's not confusing at all. So now all I need to do is close up my bag with a nice little line of glue. And I will just carefully put this in place. And give it a chance to dry and push down from the inside. Now all we need to do is put the bottom on. And it's a tiny bit more different than usual if you've done some of our bags and boxes before. Since the top of the bag is not a straight line, it doesn't sit as nicely as it would if it was straight on the top, but it's nothing crazy, it still stands up nicely. So as you can see, I'm just putting glue all over the bottom, and I'm taking the larger of the two rectangles here and putting that in place. Then I will flip it over and push down from the inside, and then I will take my smaller rectangle and I'll just glue that right into the bottom to finish it off. Then all that's left to do is decorate the cute front of our bag here, as you can see how I've done with my larger one with all these nice decorative pieces. So there you have it, really fun paper projects for all the seasons that are coming up. I hope they come in handy for you, and I hope you have a blast making some projects. So if you do, we'd love to see pictures on our Facebook wall or on your blog or Instagram or in our forum. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time, and happy crafting.
Learn more by visiting www.svgcuts.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and watch all of our crafty videos on YouTube. It's a world of crafty content with you in the middle.